Hello, Blue Nation. Our next installment in our Investing in Tipton's Future video series is all about understanding the Operations Fund. In our last video, we looked at how the Education Fund works. Today, we'll take a deep dive into how the Operations Fund is supported and what the money is spent on. A quick reminder, all school dollars from the state tuition aid, federal grants, and local property taxes flow into one of three funds: the Education Fund, the Operations Fund, and the Debt Service Fund. Let's start by answering this question. What does the Operation Fund pay for? The Operation Fund has a broader distribution of funds than the Education Fund. The Operation Fund literally pays for school operations. Student transportation receives the largest distribution of these funds. The costs include bus driver salary and benefits, as well as bus maintenance and repair, all daily bus routes and extracurricular activities as well. Building maintenance and utilities are the next largest expenditure in operations. Yes, just like your home, TCSC pays utilities like electric, gas, and water bills. The Operation Fund, like the Education Fund, pays a high percentage of salary and benefits for bus drivers, maintenance staff, and central office personnel. Now that we know what these dollars are spent on, the most pressing question is, where do these dollars come from? When we talk about the Operations Fund, we're talking about the dollars that keep our schools running day to day. Things like buses, maintenance, utilities, insurance, and safety. Unlike the Education Fund, which is paid for by the state of Indiana through tuition support, the Operations Fund comes mainly from local property taxes. This includes residents, homes we live in, and the personal property we own, farmlands, our local agriculture base, and businesses and commercial properties like local shops, offices, and industrial sites. Each year, Tipton County's property owners contribute a small portion of their taxes to help cover the costs of running our schools, heating our buildings, maintaining our buses, paying our custodians and secretaries, and keeping our facilities safe and functional. Because this funding is tied directly to local property values, communities like Tipton can't raise or lower it easily. The state sets strict limits or caps on how much we can collect, even if costs for fuel, electricity, or insurance go up. So when you hear us talk about operational funding challenges, this is what we mean. Our ability to pay for the basic services that make learning possible depends heavily on local property tax revenue, which doesn't always grow as fast as our expenses. One option schools can leverage is fund transfers. Schools are permitted to transfer up to 15% of the Education Fund revenue to the Operation Fund to make up for lost dollars in property taxes. Keep in mind, education funds pay for expenses such as teacher salaries and curriculum materials. If we borrow from the Education Fund, that means less money is available for those expenses. Currently, Tipton Community Schools transfers just about 3% from the Education Fund to the Operation Fund. The impacts of Senate Enrolled Act 1 will force us to transfer the maximum amount, or 15%, in order to make up for the losses in property tax revenue. Again, these costs to keep the building operational were fixed. Whether we have 1,300 students or 5,000 students, we have to have the lights on, water running, and HVAC system operational. When we lose money in the Operations Fund, we have to find a way to make ends meet. Thanks for joining us for part 2 of the week 3 installment of our Investing in Tipton's Future video series. As always, if you have any specific questions or topic requests, please reach out to me or Dr. Glaze. You can also find more resources and our video playlists on our district website under the Future Focus tab. Our next episode will take a closer look at the Debt Service Fund. Thank you for your time. We'll see you in the next installment of Investing in Tipton's Future.